I am debugging a general illumination issue on this WPC power driver board, and you can see I have all illumination set to brightness 1, which is the dimmest. Yet the green string is not dimming at all, and that means that its triac is not being controlled correctly. You can see, well, I hope you can see the dimming of the rest of the strings. The blue is a little hard to see. I don't like that bulb color condom, but it is what it is. Now, if we go to the circuitry, these are the GI strings, and I've labeled them on my big 11 by 17 WPC schematic, which is super nice. A lot of people are going to say, well, it's probably the triac. It's not the triac. It's never going to be the triac. You can put that out of your mind. In 30-something years of repairing these boards, I've never had to replace a triac. I have had to replace these two N5401s, but rarely. So let's go back. T3 goes back to U1, and that is pin 16. And the other pins are 2, 5, 6, 16, and 19. So I've got my logic probe. Let's check pin 2 first. And you can see it's pulsing, so that is dimming one of the other strings. 2, 3, 4, 5 is pulsing, 6 is pulsing, and 19 is pulsing. So that's normal, so let's get down to 16, 2019. And you can see it's just ticking. Now 16 is driven by data signal 3. Yeah, so let's make sure D3 is getting over here. And in fact it is, so there is a significant probability that U1 here is crocked, unless, and it is a possibility, that the output of U1 is being attenuated in some way, pulled toward ground when it shouldn't be. Now, how can that happen? Well, a failed 2N5401, so I will diode check this 2N5401 that's buried down here before I take U1 out. I remember one more test I could do before I pull U1 out here. So I have my red probe tied to ground, which is the same as the lower left pin on each of these 7400 series ICs, and my meter is in diode check. You can see the diode check symbol. And I'm going to probe, let's see, pin 19 just for giggles, and that is a normal value. 18, that's normal. 17, that's normal. 16, which was the problematic pin, you can see that is outside the spec for what it should be, and here's 15. So both of those gates on there are likely messed up. Let me move over to U2, 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, that's a valid reading, and here's 15, that's a valid reading. So I'll still test the 2N5401, diode check it just like I'm doing here, but it's probable that U1 is crocked. So I'm sorry about this oddball angle, but I need 3 hands. I'm back on the bench and I'm probing pin 16, and you can see that starts pulsing as the green string comes around. Let me, yellow, okay, we're about to get to green. You can maybe see that. Anyway, this is where I'm probing, is pin 16. That inconsistency of the signal there is just, this is a crappy logic probe. I've had it for 100 years, still works though. Anyway, let's go through all the strings now, and we have nearly conclusively proven that the LS374 was at fault. Now I've got it in my Chinese chip tester here, and it says error, which means that this chip tester can't identify it, which means that it's generally a bad chip. So I think we've figured this out, and this board is now good to go.